Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Metro Home Theater Group Tech Tips. I am Adam Rogers, and I have a special guest star with us today. You are.
Kyle Cashwell.
So, guys, welcome to our fifth episode of Home Tech Tips. Brent McCall is actually on his way, and he's on a trip over to do some work out in the field. So that's why we have Kyle with us today, and today's episode is going to be about fiber. And so we know that fiber can be a little bit of a hurdle to get over. But guess what, guys? We've got fiber now. We've got the tools. We've got some fiber wire itself. And Kyle, what can you tell us about what can you tell us about fiber? What can you tell us about yourself?
Well, there's a couple things. Myself, I'm on the sales staff. I'm part of the West Coast sales team. So I typically deal with far West Coast over on the Pacific side. Fiber, though, I'm unimportant. The fiber is what's important today. So fiber, we're bringing out a bulk fiber. It's OM3 multi-mode. Today we're going to be showing you a few things about it. I don't know if you know the difference between multi-mode and single mode, but multi-mode is going to be a higher bandwidth, shorter length, whereas the single mode is going to go much, much farther at a lower bandwidth. So we're going to go through a couple quick things about it. We're going to do a quick termination while we're doing the video today. We've already got one side terminated, and we're going to do a quick demonstration for you and quick fault test and just kind of show you guys what it's all about.
So guys, we'll go ahead and go over what kind of tools we have with it, what all comes in, and the different kits, and what else you have with it. Real quick, just to kind of give you an idea what we have going on, the different fiber tools and whatnot. We're actually going to go into our unboxing. Be a little bit of a different aspect to it today because we actually had to go ahead and open them up beforehand. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the tools. But guys, if you would go ahead and get us ready, we'll go ahead and dive into our unboxing here shortly. But to kind of talk about the fiber a little bit, we've actually got, we have 4 different types of fiber going on right now. Specifically, we have OM3 fiber, which is multi-mode.
Yep.
We're going to have that in a simplex and a duplex style, as well as in both styles. We're going to have in riser rating as well as
Plenum as well.
plenum rating. So, without further ado, are we ready to roll on into that? Okay, take it away, guys.
Unboxing with the boy.
Sorry, guys, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties at the moment. Apparently, my microphone's all screwed up. If you can hear me, great. If not, hey, we'll catch up on it. Hopefully, you can hear me through Kyle's microphone. But we'll go ahead and there we go. What we're going to do, guys, is I'm actually going to have Kyle go ahead and start showing you the different tools piece by piece to kind of give you an overview of what kind of tools we have going on. In the meantime, I'm going to go over here and find out what's going on with my microphone. So if you hear me a little bit over there, I apologize. But Kyle will take care of you real quick.
All right, so we're going to start out with the cleaver here. Can we get like a drop-down view? Is that sweet? Okay. So it's going to come packaged like this. It's going to come in this blue box. And the big thing about this cleaver is going to be wastebasket. That was a really big feature for us for the safety of fiber. As you guys know, once you get down to that very bare fiber, you're going to run into, you kind of get to what's called like the dangerous point of fiber. So we have the wastebasket on here. That was a huge feature for us coming out. It's a very, very typical fiber cleaver. You're going to have this on here. This is going to be your measuring device for measuring your fiber out. You're going to close this. You're going to push in your side, your cleaver, and you're going to pick up. It's going to fall into your bin, and you're all set. Then next on it, we're going to have our 3-stage stripping device. We have a couple stages that you're going to have to go through with our fiber. It's going to be the typical outer layer, which is going to be your blue on your OM3 multi-mode. And then you're going to have your inner, and actually I can show you guys really quick so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. The inner is going to be the polymer surrounding the fiber. And then on the inside, after you get through this polymer, you're also going to have the thin enamel that goes around the fiber itself, which is going to be your 3rd strip. You have your Kevlar scissors, which obviously, as you know, is just going to be for cutting your Kevlar nice and clean. And last but not least, you are going to have your visual fault locator. which, as you know, has a specific spectrum in it to go through the fiber and show you if there's any faults in it, cracks, if anything's broken, or if your cleave has been done correctly.
Cool. Cool. Can you guys hear me good? I'm back. Got it. Okay, we got audio back. Sorry about that, guys. So, and again, guys, remember also ask questions as we're going through some stuff. Give us some questions that you guys want to talk about. You know, that way we can answer them here on the air. Possibly do another question and answer thing going on. There we are. Hi, guys. Okay, so what we're going to do, and at this point, guys, is we're actually going to go ahead and dive in a little bit deeper about the fiber tools themselves. What I'd like to do is kind of show you some different setups for the fiber tools. I know Kyle just went through everything with you. Some things that we do to get ready that we found to use the fiber tools and everything. What we're going to show you here, first and foremost, guys, if I can get a top-down shot real quick. So with the fiber tool, what you've got going on, when you get this from us and it gets shipped out to you, you're actually going to find this specific extension, measurement tool in here. We don't recommend using it. So we actually recommend unscrewing this. It's just a standard screw head that's going to sit in there to hold it in place. What I'm going to have you do is just unscrew that and take it out. We don't use it. What we find out is that it actually gets in the way of doing the fiber, the different lengths for it. So that way, we'll just take that out. And what you're going to wind up using instead is going to be this guy. Nice thing about this is that it actually gives you your different dimensions right here on the piece itself. So you're going to put that in there very easily. Once you get your different lengths set, you're just going to place it like so, close it down, do the cleaving portion of it, and then your fiber, the leftover is going to fall into the waste bin. So that's one of the things that we recommend with our different with this piece to get it set up. The other thing also with the strippers is that they are adjustable. There is a fine adjustment screw. Did you talk about this with them or not?
I did not.
You
no.
did not. Okay. So on the fiber stripper tool, there's a little fine adjustment. It's actually a stopper. So when you close this down, you're not going to be scissoring or cutting through the fiber itself. This will actually give you a point to actually make sure that it doesn't close down too far or it's not too wide. Over time, tools like this, they can move, they can readjust a little bit. So the tool itself actually comes with a little Allen key that fits in there. I'm not sure what size it is. We'll find out for you guys later on. But with that, the nice thing is that it does come with it. But if you do lose it, it is a standard size Allen key. And all it is, like I said, you're just going to be able to slide it in here for the fine adjustment. And that's going to give you the ability to kind of adjust it down. So really great stuff, guys. We're really excited about it. It's actually going to be at CEDIA this year. So if you guys are going out to the show, definitely come out, check us out, and see what we have to offer for you. What we're going to do from here, guys, is we're actually going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and dive in a little bit.
Okay.
Why don't you start go ahead and doing the termination on it?
Sure.
Let's see if we have any questions or not while you're doing that. So I'll give those to you.
A couple things here. We're going to kind of try and talk as we're doing this as to not focus on this too much, so you guys can watch as we're talking as well. Start from scratch here.
We've got Leo Melick and Ben Pittman are saying hi, Kyle.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Brent's on. Hey, Brent. That's cool. All right. So what we've got going on, guys, he's going to go ahead and show you. We've got the different lengths and whatnot. When you actually purchase, you'll see we've used a couple of these to test with. When you actually run this, this actually comes with the different lengths of where you need to make sure everything is cut and trimmed to, right on top of the case. So it makes it really easy for you guys to know where to put everything, get the right lengths and everything for it. So what Kyle's doing here is he's going to go ahead and find the links for where they need to be. You're going to grab your trusty dusty Sharpie marker.
And you're just going to line up, and you're going to poke, and that's it. Thank you, Adam. Then I recommend doing halfway. Just makes it much easier, less stress on the fiber itself, and halfway. And then you're going to go to your third stage. You're going to do your enamel. It's going to come right off. And again, I recommend doing 2 of these just to make sure. You never know.
At this point, guys, one thing that you can do is you can actually go ahead and take, when you have the fiber at this point, the fiber's okay. Take your finger and just run it out like so. What that's going to do is it's going to take any excess enamel and whatnot off of it. That way you get a nice clean setup for it. We have found that you can use alcohol wipes if you want to, but we have found that just using your fingers is enough to do it.
Yep.
Maybe wash them just beforehand. There you go.
Okay. Now we're going to open this. Make sure your wastebasket is open. you're going to measure this in right here. And now I have it predetermined, but you're just going to match. Do you have it top down? Yeah, okay. So we're just going to match this white. It's going to have, like he was talking about the measurements up here, it's going to say 12 up here. And you're just going to match it with what it says on your box. You're going to put that down in here. Close your cleaver, cleave, and then make sure your fiber goes into that bin. Close it up and you're all safe.
So Kyle, we've got a question from Leo.
Yep.
Leo's asking, are there balins that we are putting out that are compatible with fiber? Stay tuned.
I was gonna say I'm not answering anything.
Kyle doesn't have a good answer for that. I have got a good answer for that. Stay tuned. We're always looking to expand into different areas, guys. So if you see a use that you guys are looking for something, let us know. Again, as always, questions in the video are perfect for that. Give us a call on our tech support line. We're always open to questions and different input from you guys out in the field. It definitely makes a big difference to us. But yeah, definitely. So keep an eye out. We are working on some different things to come out later on.
More what I'm doing.
But we'll see what happens with that. So, Kyle, where are we at?
Well, we're forgetting to put our strain relief on is where we're at.
Definitely put the strain relief
Pretend
on
that
first.
didn't happen. Do as I say, not as I do.
Got it on there. There you go.
Yep.
Very cool.
I'm gonna take that. Make sure that's in there good.
So one thing that we actually learned from our very own Jason Lindell, when you go to do the termination on this, at this point here, where he's actually got the fiber, the Kevlar inside pulled out, don't screw the cap down all the way. Leave a little bit back and then make your cut, and then finish screwing it down the rest of the way. What it's going to do is it's actually going to create a very clean finish for it as well.
So you can actually cut it even closer than that right there. But as you can see, there's very, very little fiber hanging out at this point.
Right. And that's it, guys. That's how you do one of the terminations. It's a very simple, very straightforward system. I know for myself that when I was out in the field doing it, I was worried because fiber, you think glass, you think broken, you think, am I going to have to go out there and do the different, polishing and everything else with it to make it work right? What you can do is you can just show it on your hand.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's a good idea. So as you can see, that fast, that easy, and I was sitting here talking to you guys, being really easy about it, and as you can see, that's a very clean cleave, very clean light, and we did both these terminations today. It's a very easy, simple solution. These guys are awesome. The cleaver's been doing really well. I like this because you can actually, I think I have more control being able to hold my hand outside of it and hold my fiber down with my hand as I cleave.
So guys, we've got another question. We've got Bruce is asking, what's the best cable to run, a single or Siamese? More is better.
Duplex is always going to be better.
Run a duplex line. That means you've got two fiber cables, or if you call it a Siamese as well. Run two with it to give you that safety net of if you screw up on one end of it too much or one side of it breaks when you are running it, you've got the second run there as a backup. Or what we're seeing a lot of guys out in the field saying is that when they're actually doing inside of houses and in different businesses, they're using one run for the audio video and then using the other run for networking. So that's going to give you the ability to have both runs there available to you to be able to have different possibilities.
Or in that case, the word that everyone in our industry likes to use, future-proofing. You're setting yourself up for success in the future.
It's one of my most hated.
I know.
I absolutely hate that one. So we got another. Actually, this one sounds more like a challenge than anything. But yes, Leo, you can tie it in a knot. So go ahead and put the VFL back on there, the visual fault locator. And what I'm going to show you guys here
is I'll hold this. Yeah,
okay.
There you go.
So if you guys can see, I don't know if you can see on that camera or not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So guys, you can see the red light on there. So it definitely is coming through. And what I'm going to do, I'm very simply going to take this cable here. I'm going to tie it in a knot. See? So you got the knot there, and
imagine that. It'll still
have
blind
the
me.
red light. Now, of course, don't leave it this way. If you're doing this and leaving it inside somebody's wall, shame on you. Don't do this. This is more of just a show me that it's able to work that way. It's able to go in there like that. What's happening, guys, is that inside of the actual fiber itself, you've got the outer jacket here, and we're actually going to cut this because I'm going to show them what we have going on inside. So what we're seeing here, guys,
Well,
So you can see there, I just cut the end of that off. Let's go ahead and get a top-down shot, guys. There we go.
yeah, actually, you want to strip that back a little bit too?
No, I will. So
Yep.
what we're going to do, guys, so you'll see here the red light's still there. Inside of it, what we have going on is we've got the outer jacket, and that's just a primary protection on this. So you can actually, oh, interesting. Da-da-da. So you've got the outer jacket for that, and the outer jacket again, that's really more for the actual protection of the innards of it from when you're running it inside. There is a little bit of give and play on this, so when you're actually moving this in and out, there is some play inside there. It's what you would see in pretty much any other cable out there when it comes to category wire, speaker wire. The only thing that really doesn't do that is coax wire. However, for something like this, it definitely puts it in place to make sure that you do have a little bit of play with it. But all that to say, what's going to happen inside here, we have the shield. When you take this shield off, what you have going on underneath of that is a cladding. And it's in this light, it's very, very difficult to see. You can see the red light, of course, coming out the end of it there, but there's an extra layer inside there that actually is a cladding. That's actually going to help protect the glass inside, so you can actually move it around a little bit. Just from playing around with it and testing it myself, we're able to do that, and that's why you're able to put this in a knot, and it still has a signal coming out of it. Now remember, when you do that knot, you're still going to be degrading the signal. It's going to happen. So again, if it happens because you just wanted to show a customer that, hey, this is really cool, you can do this, great, do it. That's a lot of fun. But don't do it and then put it in somebody's wall because you will degrade the signal. Where you might not be using the full ability bandwidth for what's there, you can run into an issue with it. So we do have one more question. Leo's asking again, what is the pull strength on the cable? He's saying we pull cable. That's, yeah, so with the pull strength on this, I don't know that answer actually, I'll be honest with you.
I know our fiber HDMI are 35 pounds. I do not know the pull strength on this either, as a matter of fact.
We can find out for sure though.
We can?
Guys, keep an eye open on the messages. What we'll do is we'll go on there later on and we'll put on there the different strengths and whatnot. Or call this guy. Later on, he'll have the answer for it. The rest of the sales team will have the answers for that. That's one of the reasons we put this out there, guys, to drum up the idea of, to give you ideas of what's going on, to give you a reason to call up your sales rep. We want you guys to call them up and bug them. Ask them a bunch of questions.
I wouldn't call it bugging.
Well, call them up, ask them some questions. If they can't answer anything, it's going to come back to us back here, and we'll have a better access to more features to find out, or more information for you to find out what's going on with that. So, is this shipping? Kyle, that's a question for you.
If not right now, very, 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 very soon.
So at the latest, it's going to be at at CEDIA, right?
It'll be ready for CEDIA.
Okay.
Yes.
So if not shipping right now, which I believe it is, we'll have to double check with everything. But very, very, very soon, if not immediately. But yeah, so definitely keep an eye open on the horizon. Ask your reps, call them up and see when it's available to you. And then you'll be able to place some orders for it. Are you guys taking pre-orders for stuff like this? Is that how you operate with that?
We can do back orders for it, but it should be in soon, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome. So, you need to get Austin on the show. Yeah, get out of here with Austin. Anyways, so guys, that's kind of what's going on with the fiber stuff out in the world. We're going to be seeing a lot of fiber happening. So if you guys are questioning now if now's the right time to put fiber in a house, to have it ready for it, to put it in there, yeah, now's the time for
Absolutely.
it. Definitely go ahead and get it out there for it.
The infrastructure of fiber, it's 100% where everything is going. The bandwidth is, I mean, as you guys know, it's almost unbeatable. So you're not going to have the same limitations that you're going to have with category wire when you start doing all of your infrastructure work with your fiber cable.
So, and again, guys, if you have any other questions, feel free to please ask the questions. We're open to questions right now for that. Do we see anything else coming in at this point? I don't think so.
Cool.
So, guys, thanks for checking in on us for today's show. It's a little bit of a different show. Started with the technical difficulties when we first started out, but you know how things go. So, but again, I'd like to thank Kyle for coming on the show with us today, since Brent is out. So, something else, again, remember, we are going to be at CEDIA. We're going to be at booth 1338. And, where'd my screen go? We're going to be at booth 1338, guys. So definitely come check us out. I'm not going to be there, but Kyle will be there. Brent's going to be there. Pretty much all of the sales staff will be there. Who's not going to be there in the sales room?
Everyone's there. All hands on deck.
All hands on
Yep.
deck. Wonderful. So, guys, definitely go down to CEDIA booth 1338. We'll see you there. This stuff will be there. It'll be available for you to get some hands-on, take a look at it. We're hoping to have one of our people there to actually be doing terminations on site there, so you guys can kind of see it in action there. But of course, definitely, if we're not, you can always ask for demos and whatnot for it. But come on down, check us out.
Fiber terminations, it's, you know, I can probably get one of these done at this point after I've maybe terminated 10 of them in under a minute and a half. I mean, it's very quick, very easy, super intuitive. You really can't mess it up.
So, all right, guys. Thanks for checking us out for today's tech tips. And again, if you have further questions, definitely put it in the comments there. We'll catch up on them, and maybe we'll do another Q&A catch-up later on. Again, I'm Adam Rogers. This is Kyle. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.
Have a great one, guys.